All right, what's popping, y'all? Welcome back to another episode. I'm a little, because it's like my fifth time hitting record on this video. I just kept having a lot of interruptions and stuff. So I don't know, but I got a few different affirmations every time I did the video. So I'll just tell you what those were real quick. I got today I am healthy, today I am compassionate, and today I feel good. Okay, so I just feel like that reading specifically meant like get out your head. You know, notice you're a good person, notice you're looking good, you're feeling good on my mama, on my hood. Okay, period, and be compassionate towards yourself. It said that today I will reach out and do something to make somebody feel better about themselves. So do something to make you feel good about yourself. There could also be some type of mental restraints, mental fog that's keeping you kind of not feeling so good about yourself. So get out your head, and have compassion. And then one thing that stood out to me with the card was reach out. So somebody could be reaching out to you in a compassionate way that could bring you some mental clarity and thus make you feel good. Or you could be reaching out to somebody and bringing some type of mental clarity, thus making them feel good. Something about just reaching out compassionately and that allowing the easing of the mind, so that's what I got. And then I also got today I'm healthy again, and it was about the mind. So heavy on the mental health, and make sure you are doing things for your body to make you look good and feel good and think clearly. That is showing self-love and compassion for yourself. So the more self-love you give yourself, the more you attract love into your life in various forms. Okay, so we got today I am in charge. Today I am in control of how I feel. Nobody can make me feel any other way than happy. Today I move forward. Today I see each obstacle as an opportunity to learn and grow. We got this last time. Today I am respectful. Today I will acknowledge other people's thoughts and feelings as well as my own. So with this blue right here, that today I am respectful. This always blue is throat chakra, so it's always about some type of communication. So, and then I also did pull a chakra card earlier when I was doing my readings, and it was about inner harmony. It was a solar plexus, and it was like I don't create doubt or allow my mind override my gut feelings, and I accept and express my feelings while accepting the feelings of others. I accept and express my feelings while accepting the feelings of others. So there could be some type of communication where you're just gonna have to be respectful. You're gonna have to respect every side of the situation and move forward from whatever obstacle may be presented within this communication. But it also says today I'm in charge. I'm in control of how I feel. Nobody can make me feel any other way than happy. And what made me want to pull this card again, I'm still going to give us fresh chakras, don't worry. But what made me want to revisit this card was it also speaks about moving from a place of love versus ego. So compassion, if you will, and respect. Speaking with compassion and respect. Don't try to control a situation. Don't try to manipulate somebody's emotions when it comes to communicating with them. That's disrespectful. When you try to manipulate somebody's words or use their truth against them or just unnecessarily play mental chess, it takes the authenticity out of the conversation as well as the respect. It's no longer genuine in that regard. Now it's a game. So if you take your ego out of it and try not to control others as well as the situation and just control your emotions and check your ego about whatever obstacle or challenge that is being presented or trigger even that is being presented in this communication, just make sure you check yourself. You just recognize it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Because I also say I say that because it says I am at peace with myself and those around me, and I do not harbor unrealistic expectations of myself or of others. So sometimes when we have conversations, and I feel like it's a heart-to-heart conversation about some type of stability because these cards are red, pinkish red. That's your root chakra. So it's all about your stability, your basic needs and things like that. So it could be a conversation about some type of obstacle that happened in a foundation and it needs to be overcame in order to move forward and build from a new one. But I feel like the today I'm in charge card. Today I am charged. Today I am in charge card. Speaks to your ego because we take things personally when we're in our ego. Because most things that people do to us really ain't got shit to do with us, but we take it and internalize it because of our ego. So it's just like somebody can simply just set a boundary with you, but if you take it and internalize it, you'll always try to be like getting that person back, or you'll always feel like defensive around that person. But that's because you're taking it personal. Like if they just say they don't like you to step on their toes, they just meant they didn't like when you stepped on their toes. They ain't say they ain't like your shoes. It's a difference. It's like, hey, you're standing too close to me. They ain't say you stink. They just said you standing too close. So now you know what I'm saying? That's an unrealistic expectation. And then also another unrealistic expectation. People are not you, so people are not going to communicate in the way that you communicate. So that's why you have to be respectful, and everybody's respect doesn't look like your respect. So you just kind of have to broaden your outlook, and I don't want to necessarily say change your perspective, but take other perspectives into consideration whenever this happens. Because it also says I release the need to control others. I am in control of how I feel. Nobody else can make me feel any other way than happy. And then also, you can't make anybody else feel any other way than how they can make themselves feel. So that's another unrealistic expectation. So you can't, it's free will. You can't will other people's will, if that makes sense. It's like a Bruce Almighty. He's trying to make the girl fall in love with him. Like, you can't. People have free will. You just kind of got to have a respectful, genuine, non-ego, non-fearful type of communication acknowledge other people's thoughts and their feelings as well as your own. And then any obstacles that may come up, and acknowledging that, see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. And once you start feeling a way about the situation, or you start getting into those negative emotions, recognize that you are only in charge for how you feel. Nobody can make you feel any kind of way, but you are in control of that. Nobody else is in control of that. And be wary of anybody that is purposely emotionally manipulating you so that you can feel a certain way on purpose. Because it also says, my personal power is free from ego and from any desire to manipulate or exploit situations or people. The foundation of all my thoughts and actions is trust in myself. So yeah, step away from the ego or anybody that is talking to you from their ego, and you'll know, because they'll be defensive. They'll be taking everything personally. They won't acknowledge your thoughts or your feelings. They barely acknowledge their own, and that's why it's such a egoistic outburst, But I feel like that this is a very calm energy. Just trusting yourself. Today I am in charge. Trusting yourself to react from wisdom, and love versus ego and victimhood. I just heard that. So, heavy on the confidence. But we're going to get into the chakra cards. I want to see if this chakra card come out again. But that's just what I'm picking up on the affirmations, and considering the ones that I already picked up. I thought I was going to get a different message, but the same message keep coming out. There's going to be some type of communication that you're just going to have to be easy with, and be very authentic, genuine, respectful, and you can't take shit personal. You absolutely cannot be in your ego. Throat chakra. What I say? It's some type of communication coming in, or some type of communication that you need to have. And this is the way to do it, to move forward into that. Just say, today I'm in charge, I'm going to move through this. I'm going to be respectful. I'm going to acknowledge the things I need to acknowledge. And it also says connect with spirit. I develop a quiet mind that allows me to tune in and get in touch with my higher self or my spirit. I listen for the guidance that is there waiting for me to hear. I'm open to the truth, and I welcome spiritual inspiration from others. Hi. I will benefit greatly by practicing meditation and stillness. I ask for inner guidance to assist me in getting more in touch with my spirit. I know that if I ask for guidance, it will be given. And I just heard this is the key to dissolving your ego before you have this conversation, before you do anything, because ego deaths are real, okay? And they're not fun, because you have to take some level of accountability in order for your ego to die. And then it doesn't even mean like you're admitting fault. You could just be admitting to some type of bad habit or thought pattern that you have. Like I had to admit that I had a problem with admitting that I wanted love in my life. I had a problem with admitting that my feelings were hurt. I have a problem admitting that I self-sabotage, or like whatever it may be. Those are things that you have to take accountability for, but they're so intangible, you just kind of let them go under the radar, and we don't realize that. But that's what we're doing. But it's just our ego kind of shielding us from that truth, because it hurts, and we don't really want to dig into that because we might cry, So it's just really your body, your mind protecting you from yourself. But sometimes you got to go dig deep into those crevices of your mind and connect with spirit in order to connect with your higher self, so that you can know what you need to clear out in order to move forward. And then it also helps you speak more respectful to yourself. But I think my last reading was about that, because sometimes it just trickle in, and not only are you being disrespectful to other people, but now you ain't treating yourself right. You're allowing yourself to be used. You're allowing yourself to be taken advantage of. You're allowing yourself to be taken for granted. You are allowing yourself to be sacrificed. You're allowing yourself to get the short end of the stick. You're allowing yourself to have lack of boundaries, because you won't admit that you struggle with self-esteem. You won't admit that you struggle with self-worth. You won't admit that you struggle with feeling like you are deserving of good things. You are afraid to admit that you are afraid of your own success. It's all type of things that you got to sit down and admit, and it can get dark and it can get ugly. Trust me. But what the Grinch say? That's what these tests are for. If you know, you know. My guy said that's what these tests are for. Okay? Here's when he was building his sleigh, and he crashed. Watch the Grinch. The season is up on us. I realize I am the Grinch. What else? Self-worth and self-esteem, bro. I can't make this up, okay? Solar plexus. And the other one was inner harmony. So it's the same thing. It's like you're fusing your self-worth and your self-esteem together in order to get the courage to have a non-egoistic interaction or conversation with somebody. Because I forgot what the last communication card was. Oh, do something kind for somebody. So like this is like do something for someone else. And this one, the other one was like reach out. Like it's just, and then this one's like I will acknowledge other people's thoughts. So like in order for you to do that, you have to have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? So it's just something around self-worth and self-esteem about feeling worthy to receive whatever you're trying to get out of this. I honor myself by doing things that please me, not only those that please others. So I'm hearing you also like be in your head, or you need to connect with spirit because you're seeking too much external validation. And when we seek too much external validation, that means we low on self-esteem and self-worth, because we should be able to have the power to validate ourselves at all times. Because today I am in charge. I am in control of my feelings. I am in control of how I feel about myself. Nobody else can make me feel any other way about me in the decisions that I make, and my choices and my preferences and my boundaries. That's what that is. That is self-worth, and that is high self-esteem when you're able to speak that way. But when you find yourself people-pleasing, or being codependent, or appeasing people, or sacrificing yourself in order to keep the peace, or you sacrificing yourself in order to accommodate two polar opposite things, and you're like in the middle of it. You know intuitively one is for your soul's growth, and you know the other one is your bullshit. We reach that crossroads where it's like red pill or blue pill. And I tell people I am sent in people's lives to show you red pill or blue pill. So it really just depends on how you interact with me. I know that. I talk about that a little later, but I know that about my purpose here on earth. It's just one of them. So it can either turn out to be a really good blessing, or it can turn out to be a lesson. But that's neither here or there. But that's the crossroads that you come to when you are trying to merge your self-worth and your self-esteem. And when you merge those two things, you essentially become your higher self. You begin to operate in your higher self. So when you connect with spirit,